Ladies and gentlemen, I told y'all. I felt like I said this. I felt like I prepared y'all for this. Bro, we've been saying for a long time, I'm not the only one. Let me not just act like I was. Drake has been testing the waters since the battle, since before the battle, since during the battle. I don't think Drake knows what people want to hear from him. And we have just got some confirmation that Drake might have scrapped some records, and apparently he's trying to focus on bars. You don't know if you want to focus on bars, on hit records, on club records, on rapping. Well, we're the rapping channel. You feel me? So let's figure this out. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. They covered it. Let's talk about
allegedly.
it.
When?
I don't know, but ICEMAN is on the way. Allegedly.
When?
I don't know, but Ben Nadine was on stream with DDG, and they were talking about the fact that Drake has had to go back and scrap music.
Drake hasn't really recovered from the Kendrick battle.
Oh, here you go. There you go.
He's gonna be writing paragraphs in the caption too.
Drake has put up numerous hits.
What do you mean by that?
Drake hasn't really recovered from the Kendrick battle.
Please be specific so they won't clip this out of context.
You just said yesterday he was appealing this lawsuit. So clearly Drake is just having some problems in the studio because he don't know what to offer to people.
That is exactly. This is the reason why I'm doing this video. Not just as I told you so, but like sometimes I guess it's just the stand-up thing. But like, how do you not see what's clearly happening? How do people like? I don't even understand what this is because, like I said, the closest person I probably would ever get to standing, but I would never stand something. And you know, some people are like, but you're a Kendrick stan. And if you think that, then you just don't know what stan means. I'll probably never stand anything, but closest is Jay-Z. And I can still call Jay-Z out for things like, nigga, I see what you're doing. And he can still be my favorite. Like with that whole battle, I think hip-hop needs to lose battles. I called it out and been like, bro, this is somebody who got the ether treatment. I see what this is. He's going to look at battles different after that. You feel me? After ether, you're going to look. I can say, Jay, I think I know why you really said that. And it still be my favorite. Why can't niggas just do that with Drake? He's like, Drake, we see what you're doing, bro. We know you don't know what people want to hear. So you test it. When people will get like, how dare you say that?
Because of all the slander and backlash that he's received since the battle, a lot of it caused on himself because, he wanted to sue the record label. So he's probably just confused. He's probably just scared to drop.
Well, and that's ironic with the drop, and how all the OVO people were saying, oh, Kendrick's not dropping. How many days until Kendrick drops? It's funny, nobody has an ICEMAN ticker of the days. But you know what's crazy is I am interested in what ICEMAN gonna sound like now. You feel me? And if people reacting to certain people's albums and forgiving, it looked like we in the forgiving anything game now. Niggas tap dance.
He gotta go home.
Drop, Drake. Drop, Drake.
Hey, he gotta go back home.
Drop. You scared to drop, Drake?
Go back to where it all started. He gotta go back down. He gotta go see Wayne. Gotta go see, Nicki. I think he gotta go back to where it started.
Just don't ever be Wayne for sure. Pop up with a record right now. That wouldn't be a good
Cross
one.
that border.
Right, we gotta go
What
back.
you talking about? He ain't left since Not Like Us came out.
I think he needs some bars. I think he just needs to come with some bars.
All of these people care too much about the perception of others. Like Drake need to be worried about people like OVO Eli, people that got owls tattooed on their ass.
Oh my God.
That devout fan base.
Well, I will say, you know what time it is. Stop playing with me, bro. Huh? Ladies and gentlemen, Bonnet Screw checking in here. I haven't been here in the last couple episodes. Let me check in. You know what time it is. According to the YouTube statistics, about 20% of the people watching this are subscribed. And I ain't gonna lie to you, since I've been putting this bonnet on and been doing these campaigns, the subscribers have, y'all been really rocking with it, right? So this is what I need you to do. I need you to hit that subscribe button. It's super crucial. Please do that. A lot of people have been watching me for a long time and haven't even subscribed. I'm not going to blame you because I do the same thing. Go ahead and take the time right now. I'll count to 3. Hit it. 1, 2, 3. Hit that subscribe button. And another thing to really, really help this video is drop a like and a comment. What do you think? Should Drake rap or sing on this project, or is it cooked for the owl? Let me know. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know. it isn't their fault that they're focused on the ideas of, on the thoughts of others. That's the game they're in. It's literally the game they're in. It's the perception game.
That cult-like fan base that he has that loves you, that's who you need to be thinking about.
That fan base, I'm telling you, and the more that I go through, I do not believe those are real people. I do not believe the most, because I said there is a difference between Drake fans and Drake stans. This whole, like, Drake bot stan thing did not start until this battle, bro. Like, the Drake fandom that I was a part of before he sued this goddamn hip-hop was regular people. It has become sycophant weirdos that it's like, this ain't real people. And that's why, if you notice, you would think with how much that they will act like their whole life is Drake, and but his numbers are not reflecting that. His streams are not reflecting of his new stuff, is not doing what, because what it looks like his fan base has gotten more gung-ho since the battle. It's actually the opposite. It's actually not true. Like, when it comes to actual, like, they're not helping him be more successful as an artist with the new stuff he's dropping. They're not. So it's like, I believe a lot of that stuff is bots. And I'll tell you something with this new Twitter update. I noticed when I block certain countries, all of a sudden, a big percentage of the stand bots just disappear.
He's not thinking about that. He's worried about dropping and just receiving backlash.
Just go bars and club. I just don't want to hear no singing. I don't want to hear singing.
Why you don't want to hear singing? That
We just did the last album was singing. I want to hear just straight
But
rap.
that was a collab album with singing. That was what.
But what's wrong with singing? The
PND.
man has been singing since day one.
Yes,
So
I
why
think
would I
he
stop
should.
singing? Why would I stop doing what I've been doing
Singing
since day
with
one?
bars.
He's
but
been
I-
making club records and talking to the ladies too.
Exactly.
And I'm not mad at that. I'm talking about the full sing-songy records. I don't want to hear.
So why scrapping? Why
Listen,
scrap anything? If it's
Drake
dope
could
music,
drop-
it's dope music.
Drake could come with bars and you'd be like, this is not enough bars, or it's not. It's always gonna be something. After
it's
that
not
battle,
really.
people are all.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I would much rather hear Drake rapping. I've said this. I've said this. The thing is, Drake has always been singing his whole career, but Drake has never been that great of an actual singer, like a technical ability. He's never been. He's just very good at, like, catching a record. You know what I mean? And I don't know who's writing all those records. So I do think with the climate of the world, I do think with the climate of hip hop, with the climate of what is being rewarded, Drake do need to get. One thing Drake has also done his whole career that a lot of people aren't speaking of is he's always been super introspective. Drake has been more introspective than he's been a singing person, because he'll be more like introspective and deep on the singing and the rapping. So he's always been that before he was even the singer. So I think he just needs to do those. I don't know what he needs. No, don't even listen to me. I don't know.
Always gonna have something to say about Drake. To your point, I feel like, but
Maybe,
But rap
but
would
if,
be-
I think good music silences all of that.
I do.
yes,
Yeah,
I just want him to rap.
And dropping
But I also think good music is more perception based than we act like. And I think it's not about. I think if Drake drops No Face or some of these other records before the battle, y'all gonna call them hit records. Some of these songs that came and went through this, because Drake has dropped a lot of material in this battle. I think it's perception. I think people are actually hearing it for what they're hearing it now, and they're not hearing it for the branding. People hear branding more than they actually hear what is going on in the song.
the lawsuit, dropping the lawsuit and just putting out, dropping the lawsuit and dropping good music
Dropping the-
silences a lot.
well,
I ain't gonna lie to you. If Drake drops the lawsuit, that would be big. If Drake, I'd still be like, eh. If Drake drops the lawsuit and has like an epic, like, apology, I'll go, but I'll still be like, to that nigga, because it'll be like, yeah, it would have meant a lot more if you would have done this before you already lost once. So, like, even now, I'm still gonna look at it like, but it'd still be, I think, maybe the best move. I don't know.
When the appeal, whatever the hell it is.
I think singing to appeal to the women is better, because a lot of the women don't care. They don't give a damn about him filing the lawsuit. But the guys, a lot of guys ain't jocking that. They don't like that. So
I don't understand. She just be talking sometimes. His last album was all singing, was majority singing. It was damn near an R&B album. So clearly, if you guys are still waiting for his comeback or still waiting for that moment, it's not the singing. And clearly, it did affect the women.
he gotta get in the stew and sing
And
for us.
And them little snippets that came out where he was still referencing the beef and all that, the Schoolboy Q reference, corny,
it's like don't.
lame, leave that alone. No.
Yeah, it's okay.
You can't spin the block. Ain't no reheating up them cold French fries, not even with an air fryer.
See,
But he's
They gonna
still
clip that today. Okay.
Yeah,
He's still
yeah.
What's that clip? This is the truth.
Not Kendrick made it where Drake can't even reheat his French fries now.
Not even with an air fryer.
It's gonna be like Charlamagne said. Drake can't even go to McDonald's.
But you know
now.
why? But you know why?
God.
Because then when he brings it up, what do people start talking about? The ass kicking he got 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
but why people don't ever bring up how he
Move
kicked Meek
forward.
Mill ass?
Why are we bringing this up again?
No, I'm
Did you
just
not
saying
hear
because
me?
you gotta.
What did Meek just tell you?
They ain't had nothing to do with
Meek
Meek.
told
Now, see,
Charlotte.
that was
Alright.
now
Tell
Meek.
me.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What
That's
did
the
Meek just
propaganda
tell
you
you?
talking
I
about.
see.
That-
Yeah, that what? Jess, are you on the payroll? What was that? Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you, Meek. You might be onto something with this shit. What? And you know what's even more wild is y'all both from Philly. Why would you do that? Why would you? Why don't they bring up his past 2 battles? It's like, why don't they bring up the Pusha T? Why'd you just Euro step Pusha T? Why'd you just?
Had nothing to do with nothing.
Meek.
No,
That
but
was the
I'm saying,
propaganda.
'cause
That's
we
the
all-
propaganda
'cause
Meek
when
be
you
talking
bring up
about.
Drake, you bring up that he lost the Kendrick, but he won to Meek.
But he lost to Pusha. What? Yo,
Got to do with anything.
Because he's won before.
Leave Meek
So
alone.
the
He's
Cowboy.
won.
what
Like
the
he never
hell
won
is
before
she-
because he lost to.
Okay, I'm like, all right, she just taking up a lot of air here. Let me just stop. All right, so clearly, what happened was Ben the Don heard the song and said Drake need to scrap a bunch of those records as they were talking about. I don't know how long she's about to ramble. And focused on bars. So right here, you heard the conversation. What do you think he should focus on an ICEMAN? Hit records or rapping? Me, I think it's got to be a blend. I think more rapping than singing, and I only say that because you just did your R&B jaunt, and I know it didn't make the impact that Drake was looking for, and it wasn't enough to take the stink of the battle off him. And I don't think he'll ever get the stink of the battle off him permanently. It will never happen because this was some legendary new precedent he set. So it's. I just don't know. I think there needs to be more rapping than singing. There should be some singing, but clearly you just tried the singing strategy. It didn't work the same. So what are you gonna do? Another sexy song for you? What is that gonna do? And don't think you're gonna use it was a collab. It was Party that ruined it as an excuse. No, nigga, we heard you. We heard you too. So we'll see.